Elaine, what are you doing? right, I think. Hello again, everybody, live from Lightning Strikes Bold in beautiful Fort Myers, Florida. We want to welcome you to week 36 of the #1 mixed league, I believe, in the United States. And I'll tell you why. It's the Audi of Fort Myers mixed. It's 40 teams. And tonight is position round night, where we will crown our 4th 9-week champion. I'm Larry LICHSTEIN. I will be your host. And you might say, why is it the #1 paying mixed league in the United States? All I can say is, add up 230 two-day usages of Audis that have been won since last August. That's 460 days of brand new car usages with a full tank of gas given to these league bowlers by Dave Forbes and Audi of Fort Myers. And in my opinion, the #1 paying mixed league probably in the history of bowling. If you look at those cars at $100 a day times 460, that's $46,000. But let's say it's a 1-year lease. All right, you go in or a 3-year lease, and it's $15,000 a year, $45,000 for 3 years, $46,000 handed out this year. It's got to be a record in the world of bowling. Not counting that, also add $6,000 input up by Audi of Fort Myers for the prize fund. $100 a team times 40 teams is $4,000. So we have $10,000 added to the prize fund, 460 days of usages, and also at the end of every 9-week segment, Dave Forbes gives a brand new ball away to the high bowler handicap in each division, men and ladies. So tonight, a man and a woman will win also a brand new bowling ball. An unbelievable gesture from a great man, Audi of Fort Myers, Dave Forbes. As you can see, the house filling up, and we're getting ready for the action tonight. Bowlers coming in from around the region. And if you'll notice, this is what it looks like in the booth when I move the roving camera a little bit. And as you can see, this is the best pizza in Fort Myers, folks. It is absolutely the best pizza I have had since I've lived here. So I'm going to have a little dinner before the live stream starts. If you'll notice, I can move my little camera here and swing it around and show all of you what's going on tonight in our beautiful facility owned by Robert Eddy. It's been remodeled. It's beautiful. We've got a new billiard room that just got put in, 4 brand new tables. And when the wall goes in down the high end, there's going to be 14 tables in a billiard room, darts, cornhole, entertainment, beautiful restaurant, beautiful bar. And it's been quite a year. This is obviously the last night of regular league play. Tomorrow night is the last night of the Oaks Farms League, and I'll be on again next Tuesday and Wednesday for the roll-offs, and then I'm taking the summer off. Next Wednesday night will be my last live stream, and I'm going to be leaving and going up to New England for the summer, and looking forward to seeing some friends and family, taking a 10-week break, 12-week break, if you will, 11 weeks, somewhere in there. So, sound is MIA. We don't have sound. Are you sure about that? Where is sound MIA, Cooper Gates? God, I hope so. I hope we have sound. Do you folks hear me? I hope you do. God, I hope we're not missing sound. That's not good. Yes, we do. Thank God, Dusty. I don't want to do all this babbling and have nobody hear me. You know, I get paid $1 a word. You got to be able to hear me. Anyways, next Wednesday will be the last live stream till August. So, well, hopefully, we'll see. I'm going to be leaving for the summer. I've been stuck here for 2 years like everybody else, and I'm ready to get out on the road in the RV and enjoy my life. So we will be looking forward to these next 4 shows. Thank you, Russ Hausman and Mike Cheatham. Thank you. I'm glad you guys can hear us. Again, this is the concourse cam for tonight. Don't mind me. I'm just going to cut a little slice of pizza here. I am starving. And I like to get our pizza while it's hot because the cheese is gooey. Anyway, it's been an unbelievable season. A great tournament Saturday with the Florida Scratch Bowlers Tour event here. It's been a wonderful season for all of us. Tournaments will continue here. The Florida State ladies will be here this weekend. The reason I'm not doing it is because I'm leaving. If I was going to stay, I would probably have done the Florida State ladies, but I'll be out of here. I didn't want to do one weekend and then leave. So, but they will be running here this weekend. And I will be in Rhode Island at Lang's Bowlerama with my dear friend Dave Abate. Also planning on spending some time at Martha's Vineyard, at Barn Bowl and Bistro, hopefully, and Callahan's Bowlerama in Newington, Connecticut. So I will be available, working on some things. I'll have more information for all of you on Facebook. But I can't wait to get back to New England where I grew up. And I haven't had a summer in New England in 23 years. So for me personally, this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful summer. Hopefully the health will be good and I'll be able to get through it. It's all about your health when you turn 72, and I'll be 72 next month. 72. Can't believe it. All the bookmakers took the under on 50. The odds at 60 were 20 to 1. At 70, I broke them. I kept doubling up. Just feel very fortunate to be healthy and alive, and still have the energy to want to travel. Very fortunate man. And look at our beautiful bowling center. What a job Robert Eddie's done here. Look at this. This place was falling apart. There's beautiful tables and lighting and flooring, and isn't that wonderful? Look at my booth that he built me here. You can just see it. It's I'll tip it down a little. There's my monitors that I use when I'm streaming, and it's just been, for me personally, an unbelievably wonderful experience to do this with all of you. And you can see the booth is up in the air. I'm in a high chair right here. Got my food right next to me. Got my microphone right here. My cell phone and my mouse. And I just look out at our monitors and our scoring and our cameras. And this man has done some job to promote the sport of bowling. Lisa Michelle's on. Lisa Michelle, my friend out of Mobile. And we'll bring these cameras back now. A lot of kids out there doing the cha-cha tonight. Look at Ron Lushart doing the cha-cha. That's about the 800 pounds of cha-cha right there. Well, maybe now. I'm in trouble now. Oh, boy. Wait till he hears that tonight. Of course, we'll be using the split cameras tonight. This is a big night. Now, let me show you the standings and tell you what the teams are. Right now, the 3 teams that are in the roll-off, that are locked in, are Cookie Dough. And if you'll notice, where they are in this segment. They're 21 and 35, but they won 2 segments. They're going to be seeded number 1. But the way the league works is the second place team, if a team wins twice, gets in. That was EBA Pro Shop. They're going to be seeded 4th. Miami Heat is in, but the teams tonight battling for the last spot: Southwest Florida Support, Atomic Barbecue, Living on Spares, Pocket Pounders, all have a chance. Keep in mind they're bowling for 7 points. So, thank you. Okay, so here's how it would work. Obviously, if Southwest Support beats Atomic Barbecue, they win. But if it goes 4 and 3, and Southwest Florida Support got 4 points and went to 47, Living on a Spare or Pocket Pounders could go around them. So keep in mind. And so I would have to say the top 4 teams, one of those 4 are going to have a shot. Splits, if all the teams went 4 and 3, 39-7 would be 46. I don't see them winning. I figure it's teams 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the hunt to win tonight. House Brown's in the house. He just gave me a gift, Lisa. He just gave me salty kettle corn, Lisa. Salty kettle corn from House Brown. One of the highlights of my announcing career. Salty kettle corn. Yo, Hoss. Brad Stewart saying hello. Keep in mind, 4 teams have a chance to make it to next Tuesday night's roll-off, and there's some pretty good money. We'll have that prize fund for you next Tuesday. Because this was a fun league, they really spread out the money so everybody would get paid some good money. There's 40 places. Everybody's going to get paid decent money. The reason for that was it was a fun league, mixed league. We kind of felt that the cars would be the headlines, so the prize money was not stacked, which I thought was a very good idea. They really spread it out. So everybody's going to get some money next week. These are the cameras we'll be using tonight. I'm not going to be able, again, we've never got a camera down the low end. I have to apologize for that. So teams down the low end, I'm going to have to find out who's winning what after each game. I'm going to have to walk down there and get the scores and report all of them back to you as to who's winning and go over that with you after game 1, game 2, and we'll know who the 4th team is for the roll-off at the end of game 3. Bill Plunkett on, Cooper Gates, Kenny Lowe, welcome aboard. Thank you all for joining us. And what a weekend it was here. Watching the great John Janowitz was fascinating. To see the execution this past weekend in the Florida Scratch Boulder Tour event. Again, I want to thank Russ Hausman and Corey and gentlemen from True Grit Paving. Great tournament. Paid out some real good money. And we're honored to have them with us. Tournament ran very smooth. It was a long day Saturday. And but Janowitz, the USBC Hall of Famer out of Winter Haven, from employed by Kegel for 25 years, showing everybody why he got in the Hall of Fame. It was a Hall of Fame performance by a wonderful man who's loved in this state and around the world. I love the statistic I asked him Saturday in the interview, asking him how many countries he's been to. 40. Oiled lanes and coached in 40 countries in the world, flying out of Orlando all those years, living in Winter Haven. And when you see this man, on the lanes, and you see the composure and the respect he has for the game and his fellow competitors, he is really world-renowned, and we love him. He is a very special man, and he's left an image that's quite different. There's never anything negative. He's very stoic when he bowls, very unemotional. But inside, in here, it's going 1,000 miles an hour. He is gifted, and I'm lucky that I had a chance to bowl with him and know him. It's just fascinating to watch. It was his second win here. He won the dual pattern event, and of course this past Saturday. So it's great having Janowitz here. I thought the best part of the day, though, was the young man. And if you folks saw this, it was amazing. I forget his first name, Mr. Cubulus. Now you got to understand, I've been around a little bit, probably 1,500 tournaments in my life, starting in 1966. I'm in my 55th year. I've seen everything. I've seen Weber and Roth and Anthony. Bowled with Belmonte in 2006 in Las Vegas as a doubles partner. Seen it all. Seen two-handers, seen rubber, seen lacquer. Seen Andy Verapapa, knew Buddy Bomar, knew Marion Ladowig. I've been around. This young man starts Saturday's qualifying with 100, a 100 game. 100. After 10 minutes of practice, he gets 100. And then he proceeds to bowl 376 under for 7 games. So he's averaging 140. Now, the lanes were not that tough. They weren't easy on the left, but 140 is pretty bad for anybody, even in one game, never mind 7. And in the 8th game, he bowls 300 and threw them great in the 10th. Tripped to 6, and after that was just whack, whack, whack. But anyways, I bring him in the booth. He cashed here in the non-champions event, 21st. He got a PBA check. And he bowled 300 after a 100 game. So, being that I like to keep records, it's an 8-game block. And you tell me who the last time was, when the last time was that any of you saw in an 8-game block a man beat his lowest score by 200 pins. Now, or let's go one step further. He shoots 300 and beats his lowest score by 200 pins. That could be a world record. I don't know how you would word it, but I never saw anything like it in my life. We're talking about the young man that bowled 300, Curtis Family Saturday, Mr. Cubulus, a young man, 23 years old, who bowled 8 games. He started the block with 100, and he ended the block with 300. So he's got, he's got a 115 in there, a 128 in there. He's 376 under for 7. He's averaging 140, 145 for 7 games. And his 8th game, he bowls 300. I've never seen anything like it. I never will again. Impossible. And Joe Panko mentioning today that today is Earl Anthony's 83rd birthday, and I must tell all of you about the day I met him. January 6, 1970. It was a Tuesday in Wichita at Centennial Lanes. It was practice session day. and I bowled the Pro-Am and shot 300 in game one, and he came up to me and congratulated me, and I met him that day. Terry making announcements about our fourth team. Anyways, talking about Earl, I think of him daily. I do. I loved him. I pray for his soul, and know his son Mike, his first wife Mary Lou, his second wife Susie, his children, and I loved him. I know all of you did. But he's 83 today, and a lot of people posted some nice things. Terry's making announcements tonight about the last night of this league.
Also, too, if you have one or many usage of Audis this season, David has asked that you redeem them by the end of August. I think he's being very lenient on giving us that extension. So if you have any Audis and you want to use them, you need to do it by the end of August when the league restarts.
The popcorn I'll be eating shortly, Lisa.
I'll be here your lanes out for your 10 minutes practice.
But for all of you tonight, think about Earl Anthony, and if you've watched him on TV, think about what you saw as a bowling fan, and remember what he gave all of us in his life as a player and an announcer with Jay Randolph on NBC Sports, the World Team Challenges, the American Bowling Congress in the 90s and early O's, and he was a gift from God for all of us. And tonight, I'm proud to mention that he was my friend on what would be his 83rd birthday today. God bless the soul of Earl Anthony. And here we go, practice time at Lightning. For the last regular Tuesday, Joe Panko on tonight, my dear friend from North Carolina, formerly out of San Jose. Joe, it's been a pleasure all year to have you with me. And all of our friends, Michelle and Lisa and Cooper, everybody. Been wonderful. Thank you, all of you. This summer, I'm going to start writing my books. I'm going to do 3 books. One this summer. Starting to get ready to categorize them when I get home to Connecticut. That's one of the main reasons I'm leaving, is I'm going to spend some time with a wonderful writer that I've never had a chance to meet. I plan on calling him tomorrow. And he lives 10 minutes from my son's house, so I'm going to have a chance to meet with this man many mornings for coffee. And he's going to get a tape deck, and we're going to start taping, and hopefully we'll be able to put together a few books over a period of time. Joe, you finally got the pictures? What did they get there, by Pony Express? They were mailed a week ago. My God. Keep in mind, many bowlers in this league have won 4, 5, 6 Audi usages, so they have to redeem them all by the end of August. The announcement was made by Terry. Again, David Forbes just doing an unbelievable job. Yes, Don Coronet. Joe is still recuperating in the hospital. in rehab. It's been in there for 2 months. I think he's got a month to go, Joe. Isn't it about a month now? And we're praying that your leg heals and you become healthy and mobile again in your life. So this is the last night now that some people have a chance to win. One last Audi. This is it. So or 2 or 3. Keep in mind, nobody's ever won 4. There have been bowlers, 4 or 5 in the league have won 3 in one night. Bobby Trent, Gary Seitz, where they had 2 games over 300 with handicap and over 800 total. So just an unbelievable league. Obviously, to live stream a mixed league is unheard of in this country. But Robert Eddy asked me to do it last August, and I went all 36 Tuesdays. I'm very proud of that. No, my last stream, Cooper, will be next Tuesday for this league. That's the roll-off, the 4-team roll-off, and the Oaks Farms roll-off next Wednesday for the summer. And I will make some announcements along with when, providing, you know, I'm able. I like to say that simply because August is a long way off, but for now, I've got some health issues that are not serious, but they are what I would call there, and they have been for many years, and they've been acting up somewhat. I think a rest will help tremendously. It's funny, sometimes somebody can look real good on the outside, but on the inside, you know, they have some issues, and I've had them. And I think rest, relaxation, some freedom, a new life for 10, 12 weeks might make a heck of a difference, so we're going to find out. Been thinking about it since January, actually. I wanted to complete my tenure here for the league season with Robert. And May 5th is really the end of my 2 years. When I came to work here, I said to Robert, I'll give you 2 years and see how I feel. And I went 2 years as hard as I could go. And there's some issues that have come about in those 2 years that have made me somewhat uncomfortable, but it's not because of the people in here or the bowlers. It's mental and physical health issues that I think a lot of people have when they get older. And there's a lot of miles on me, so we need a rest. Lisa Michelle, I'm eating that popcorn. Keep in mind, this is the league. Check this out, too. just to show you something that's pretty cool. Check this out here. Look at David Stouffer's average, folks. 247.76. You've watched it all year. Billy Seymour in second. Tyler Altman in third. And look at Chrissy Stewart averaging 224. Carissa Robson 216. Jennifer Dover's 211. Three ladies had a great season. If you go down the line, and look at high series and 300 games. There's your 300 games for the year. Look at Tyler Altman's 857, Stouffer 846. Jessica Herbat shooting 800 scratch. Chrissy Stewart 766. Ashley Schwartz 765. Jessica Herbat leaving a ringing 10 for $299 that night. Chrissy Stewart bowling great all year. Chrissy Stewart is amazing. How can he average 247? Well, you've seen it all year in our scratch events. It's for real. Doesn't make any difference what pattern he's on. The man's deadly. Mentally, he's very sharp right now about his own game. Great mental game right now. Believes he can win anywhere. Saver set on from Windsor. Wow. Clint Eastwood's going to be 91 May 31st. Wow. Clint Eastwood. Now, House Brown, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to check this in a minute, but they're in the low end of the house. They have a chance to make the roll-off tonight. So we're going to be going down and getting the scores after game one. I'll tell you exactly what the standings are, because tonight's the night. One of those teams on 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to get to the finals. Next Tuesday, the finals will start at 6:30. This is as close as I can get to the position round pair. Way down there, you see Ice Martinez way down there. He's on one of those teams. And Wayne Toplin, Southwest Florida support. So the bowlers way down on 3 and 4, 5 and 6 are the teams that do have a chance to win. So we'll find out. so you know, 4 bowlers in this league did buy Audis during the league season. Ginger Earl, Jerry McElanick, Ray Stevens, and one other lady. I forget her name, but I'll get it shortly. But four bowlers in this league bought Audis, which was, quite frankly, wonderful, because it would have been terrible if none did, obviously, after what they did for us. But 4 bowlers decided, you know what, I want one. It's a wonderful thing. And the PBA Senior Tour up at the Villages, I guess, Norm Duke yesterday averaged 264 from what I understand. I don't know about today's scores, but he is obviously at 57 years of age to do that is just off the charts. 264, averaging an 8-bagger a game as he crosses the house. Right now, the only people in sports getting more strikes than Norm Duke are the New York Yankees. They can't hit a ball if it was the size of a beach ball. I often wondered what it would be like to make $15 million a year to average 140 in your batting average. Getting paid to fail, an amazing scenario. Cooper, you like that? Thank you, Cooper. I'm a devout Yankee fan, being that I was born in the Bronx. On my birth certificate it says birthplace Bronx. So I guess I have to root for the Yankees, but I must say that it's very hard watching a team that is supposedly the #1 sports franchise in the world. Look like that, but it's early. You know, talking about Earl Anthony, I guess one of my greatest memories of not only did he bowl on the show that I won, of course after I struck, and at the end of the show he came up and hugged me, but I did so many things with him in my life and his family. I was very good friends with Mike as a young boy. He used to help me load and unload my bus, along with Mike Durbin Jr. and Jay Perano and Eric Handegard. All those kids helped me each week in the 70s. But I think for me, one of the things I'll never forget was in December of '75, Teddy Hoffman and Harry Golden brought the PBA over to Hawaii for the Hawaiian Invitational. And I think 16 pros went. They based it on points. And one of the afternoons we were there, the United States Navy invited all of us to go to the Navy Yard at Pearl Harbor and take a ride over on a torpedo hauler to the USS Arizona Memorial. And I went with Earl and Tommy Hudson and Larry Lobb and Carmen Salvino and Harry Golden. And I don't remember everybody. I think Paul Colwell was there. And we got on that Arizona Memorial. We didn't say a word. Nobody said a word. We just got on and looked at the names and saw the brothers, 4 or 5 brothers that were on the Arizona that died. It was, you know, it's just, you see it all your life on TV, and the next thing you know, you're there. And I did that with Earl Anthony and his wife. Never forget it. I was in Pearl Harbor with Earl Anthony. How many people could say that in their lives? Blessed by God, if you will, as I think about him today. He would have loved listening to me live stream. I'd have put him to sleep out there in Seattle. He'd have said, I go to sleep every night listening to Litchie. Now we do have some strings starting, so keep in mind, a lot of people would got one more shot tonight to get into one of these beautiful cars. Again, our pro shop is going to be run now by Bowler's Mart. Robert Eddy has decided to lease our pro shop to the Bowler's Mart chain, which is Cliff Barnes, who has about 50 pro shops nationwide. So they're going to be coming in here soon doing some remodeling. And there'll no longer be an EBA Pro Shop logo on our live stream, probably within a few weeks. And that'll be quite unique. They are a very successful chain. They run many stores across the United States. They're affiliated with several hotels in Las Vegas, and they're coming here. Robert wanted to do that. Also, Matt McNeil is going to be doing some coaching here. He's going to have an office here. He's going to be doing some Specto coaching. Has an aunt that lives here. Matt's going to be spending some time here in Southwest Florida with Robert. They become very good friends. So Robert wanted me to mention that tonight. The current staff in the pro shop, Don, we don't have one. That's why Bowler's Mart's coming in. Sometimes things change, and unfortunately it did here. But we move forward. We've got a very progressive owner, and sometimes there's bumps in the road. I mean, it just happens. It's like that with sports teams and racing teams where there's problems, and you try to eliminate them and move forward. It's the nature of business in this country. Sometimes you got to reshuffle the deck, come up with a different strategy, and I think, especially in today's day and age, we see that a lot. Not only in sports, but in business. A lot of businesses during COVID have changed their way of thinking, and sometimes renting out a pro shop and not having to deal with salaries, Social Security, federal withholding, workman's comp, employees. Sometimes that would cross an owner's mind, I would believe. Rather than owning it, a lot of owners, a lot of proprietors in this country do not own their pro shops. In fact, the majority of them don't, if you really look at it that way. The majority of pro shops today are owned by independents who lease the space. I think most of us would agree with that. And that's the way it's going to be here. we do have 5 in a row on 9 and 10. Let's take a good look down there. 6 in a row with 0 handicaps. So, looks like that might be Billy Seymour. So he needs 300 to get a car, but he's averaging 235 in the league. And there's some strings here. Brad Stewart. Excuse me. Allergy time here in Southwest Florida. Boy, you can feel it too. That pollen in the air and trees blossoming. And Mickey Bennett is on. Oh boy, what a May I'm going to have. I'm going to see Mickey Bennett and Andrew Bennett. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Merry Christmas. What a May I'm going to have if that RV runs. I got a little problem with it. I'll know more on Thursday. I'm hoping it doesn't hamper me. Mickey's my sister, folks. I haven't seen her in 5 years. And I didn't have hair 5 years ago, so I'll look the same. What do you think, Mick? What do you think of Larry? Not too bad, Mick. What do you think? Sober, looking good, 72. Let me get rid of the wrinkles here. See, when I do this, the wrinkles leave. See, look. What? See? I do my own facelifts. See, look. See that? If I could do something here with some super glue and glue it right up, I don't have a wrinkled face until I do that. I do that every morning. I try to get rid of them. As you can see, it didn't work. I know I look like Daddy. I know I do. Bolstein, yes, we could do that too. I've been called worse with a Steen on the end of it, Cooper. Believe me, you should have heard what Dal Ballard and David Ozio and Malacosta called me with a Steen on the end. It is unrepeatable. And instead of bowl, just think of what you'd want to put in front of the Steen, and that's what they did to me. Cooper Gates, Del Ballard, David Ozio, and Malacosta punished me, and George Pappas punished me by changing those first 4 or 5 letters into other letters. And use your imagination, ladies and gentlemen. Go right ahead. Just don't put it on my live stream. Now we do have 7 in a row on 9 and 10. That's Billy Seymour, so we might have a real one tonight now. Don, you like when I do my own facelifts, Don Cornett? I tried hair lifts, but that didn't work. Yes, you can, Mickey. You can imagine. You know, Mickey, Caitlin's graduating May 21st from Roger Williams University, so that's another reason why I really want to get home. I'm going to go to her graduation with Michael in Rhode Island. Seems like yesterday I was at Michelle's house when Michelle graduated, or Caitlin graduated, and now she's graduating college, just like that. Isn't that silly? Tammy Stouffer throwing the ball pretty good there. We're going to watch Billy Seymour throw it. Gil Willett on. Thank you, Gil. Yes, it starts with F. That's just one of them. They started with F and P and D and C, and you could just use your imagination. And they got me in front of the whole locker room. I would come in, and 80 guys would see it, sometimes 120 if it was a big field, and everybody would laugh. They would punish me in the locker room. Boy, if we had a video of that today, I'd be rich. I'm rich with the memories, though, so it does work. The Royal Order of Bald Eagles. Yeah, I'm probably in that too. I was at your college party, Michelle? Oh, I don't remember that. Okay. We're going to watch Jimmy Shirk throw this shot. Now, Jimmy Shirk's got 30 pins a game, so he's still in the hunt for a car right here. Come on, hurry up. Attaboy, Jimmy. So, he's getting 39. He needs 261. He's at a 239 pace. He's got a shot. No, 29. Yeah, he needs to get them all. Billy Seymour here for number 8. Evan Baranecki's here tonight, the great one. Seymour leaving a 10-pin. Brad Stewart coming up now shortly. Brad Stewart, who turned professional earlier this year, became a PBA member. Wow, where'd that one come from? That must have hit a bumper out there or something. What was that? Again, the number's right at about 230 for Audis. Now, if you'll notice right here, the bowler in the 3rd position with 39 pins has a shot. Oh, excuse me, 41 pins. Definitely has a shot. Needing 259, they can go out 267, so they need a 4-bagger, or triple, excuse me. So there's some room there. Oh, that's Kerry. Come on, Kerry. Atta girl. Kerry's got a shot. Check her out. Kerry throws it good. I like her game. I drilled her some balls 10 years ago when I had my store in Cape Coral 15 years ago. So she needs a double for a car. We'll get to her shortly. Brad Stewart here, who's had a great year, bowled very well, made the step ladder in 2 of our scratch events, bowled Rhino Page action, bowled Don Barrett action, right? Bowled with Jason Duran. Surprised he didn't tangle with Buttriff. I would have advised him against it. I know Brad likes action bowling, but I would advise him against not bowling against Buttriff. How about that shot he made on Sunday? Was that crazy? Let Bill O'Neill sneak in there. I wouldn't have bet on that. He had all the room in the world to the left, and he just threw it left, but he slowed it down and hit the beak, and he opened to lose that roll off in Connecticut. I bowled in that house too in '97. That is a high-scoring house. That Bolero house. I bowled a Neba there about 25 years ago, 24 years ago. Buttriff just. There's no conventional grip in the history of bowling that ever looked like that. I could wind on it pretty good when I was a kid. And I did win in San Jose with a conventional, and I used them occasionally when the lanes hooked. But he's hooking it deeper down the lane and bringing it back than any left-hander I've ever seen. Low push away ball below his belt. Just pushes it out, runs after it, cocks that wrist, and gets all of it. No, I missed the NEBA final Sunday, Gil. I know my boy made it. A good friend of mine that I coached 7 years ago in Schenectady, Matt Fizzone, won it. Matt Fizzone's a wonderful young man. It was his second NEBA win. I was very happy for Matt. I coached him and his father 7 years ago. And Matt's a young horse, throws it well. I'm going to probably go to a NEBA finals, 1 or 2, Gil. I think depending on the Sunday and where it is, if there's something close to my boy's house, I'll go watch it on a Sunday. I know one thing, I'll be the oldest bowler of the year in there. There's only one bowler of the year younger than me, earlier than me, that's still alive. The great Butch Bastura was the 65 NEBA bowler of the year. He was a great bowler, a PBA member. Butch is still with us, which is great. But they're all gone except for me and Butch, and I believe George LeCain was the bowler of the year in '69. I think he was. George LeCain is a hell of a bowler. George will live to 100. Yeah, I didn't watch it, Gil. But Fizzone's good. He's out of Schenectady. He has the pro shop at the Town Bowling Academy in Schenectady. And they're great people. The Capullo family, Marty and Debbie Capullo, own that bowling center. And Matt's been bowling there since he was a young boy. And they have a great family atmosphere there of friends. I plan on going there this fall. I plan on going to a Town Bowling Academy. See my friends up there. Park the bus out back and hang out a little. If I can get it right. One problem Thursday. I can fix it, we're good. Let's go down and check some scores here now, see what we got. Billy Seymour, 279. Nothing yet. How about here? Any chance for 300s? No. Nothing in game one again. Isn't that amazing how they've been a little lower in game one, and game two they open up. And by the end of every week we have 6 or 7 won. Now Kerry has a chance here. Kerry throws the ball really good. A very nice game, solid. Just watch Kerry throw it here. Kerry needs a double. Looks pretty good. Come on, hurry. No, yeah, all right, she got it. The 6 came out. You see it? I thought for sure that was going to be a week 10. Okay, so 41 and 56 is 97. She needs this one for an Audi. I'm sure she knows it. If you'll notice, the last shot was dead on. She missed a 1-pinner in the third, and there you go. She'd have had the car. She made that. So she needs this strike for an Audi. Come on, Kerry. Oh, that's a good shot. Come on, hard, hard, hard. Yeah, it's head in the pit. Check her out. I love it. 267 with 11 strikes. And Jim Argy is on. Well, welcome aboard, Jimmy. Saw you playing the drums on Facebook. Jim Argy, the general manager of Bar and Bowl and Bistro in Martha's Vineyard, and a drum player with a band. Look at Kerry. Come on, hurry up. How's that, folks? Look at that finish. Yes. Watch this. Watch the score here. What, 307? Let's see. 306, let's see. There it is, 307 in Audi. Yes. One of the 230 plus 2-day wins of a brand new, beautiful, beautiful Audi brand. What a car. Jim Argy. Oh, it's getting close. Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard will never be the same once I get there. We're going to watch Brad Stewart now. Brad Stewart needs a double for a car. His mother leading the ladies in this league with 224. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy. We're going to have a blast. I can't wait. I think as soon as my granddaughter graduates Roger Williams on the 21st of May, I might go from there right up to Martha's in my car, stay a day or two, check things out, see where we're going to park that monster. All right, Stewart with 10. Leon Bailey on from the United Kingdom. Welcome aboard, Leon. We got people on from Martha's Vineyard, the United Kingdom, Portland, Oregon. Mobile, Alabama. And Brad Stewart for number 11. Windsor, Ontario, 40 feet, Jimmy. No slides, 8.5 feet wide. Look at Brad Stewart, 10 in the pit. All right, Brad Stewart now going for 300. And Massachusetts, Agawam, Massachusetts, Martha's Vineyard on the Cape. Willett, New Hampshire, New Hampshire. Yes, I know where that is. Here we go. Watch this. Oh, he gave it room, that's for sure. Oh yeah, Brad Stewart, 300. Yeah, how about that? He's a good man. Put the camera on Brad. Right there. Let's see what it looks like. Brad Stewart. Right there, shaking hands with everybody. Getting a hug from Jerry. Sitting with his wife, Jerry McAlanick. Now he's going to have something to eat. I see how it works. You shoot 300, then you have some food. I got it. I got it. Hey, Brad. Brad. Look at that. Brad getting a 5. Trying to figure out what was more important, striking or eating. Yes, no kisses, Cooper. Can you imagine that? So we've got 2 so far. And Robert Hilton's going to bowl the big game, but not enough. But he's going to be in the 280s, so he has a shot at 800, right? If he continues this. This is Fort Myers, Florida, Breeziness. Robert Eddy's Lightning Strikes Bowl in Fort Myers. I live stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturdays, and Sundays. My name's Larry Lichstein. I've been doing this for 2 years, and I'm done. It's vacation time. It's been fun, but there's fun waiting. The way it works, Breeziness, anybody bowls 300 or 800 with handicap, they get the use of a brand new Audi for 2 days from Audi of Fort Myers. This is the Audi of Fort Myers Mixed League. Over 230 two-day usages have been won in this league since last August. That's right, 230. Anybody bowls 300 with 800 with handicap, 90% of 235 gets to use a brand new Audi for 2 days. And this is the 36th week that I've live streamed it. Next week is the roll-off. The top 4 teams will make it. I'm going to go get the scores down the low end, and I'll give you folks a report. I'll be right back. I'm going to put it on split screen. Okay, we got it. Here we go. Now we're going to give you the scores. Southwest Support won game 1. So they get 2 points. So we're going to show you now exactly what's going on here. So Southwest Support went to 43 or 45. Living on a Spare went to 44. All right. Southwest Support won 2. Living on a Spare won 2. So that's 45 to 44 going into game 2 for the last spot, the 4th spot. 3 teams already in. And next Tuesday night is roll-off night, and it's big money. We'll have that for you next week. We'll give you the prize money breakdown and the format. I don't know if it's going to be Baker or 1-game matches, but we'll find out. I will find out, Mark Madugno. We'll find out shortly about the format. It could be Baker. I'll let you all know as soon as I get the info. Okay, we're in game 2 now. 2 cars have been won. Brad Stewart, Kerry Dalton. The last night to win cars. And House Brown is on Southwest Florida Support. So House Brown now. If that team sweeps, House will be in the roll-off next week, Lisa Michelle, just so you know. Jerry, what's up? And for those of you that have seen our facility keep in mind there's a wall going in starting in 2 weeks. Down that high end right here, you'll notice 41 and 2 is going to be the last pair in the house. And the wall's going in on right around lane 44. 43 is going to be the walkway. And I believe that lane is coming out. And then there'll be a walkway there on 43. And it's going to be interesting. I don't know how the architects are going to do it, but it's going to be quite a job. And I believe that's going to start as soon as the leagues end next week. $14 pool tables going in, service counters, dining. Never stops. This bowling center had 1 foot in the grave 2 years ago. And this man came in and decided to bring it back to life. Amazing story. In a day and age where they're closing left and right, hard to believe. On the low end, it's 45 to 44. Let me show you again. Southwest Florida support, 45. Living on a Spare, 44. Atomic Barbecue stayed at 43. Pocket Pounders stayed at 41. So that's where we are. Again, one more team tonight. We'll settle it. 4 will bowl next Tuesday in the step ladder. This will be the first time the mixed league, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but this could be the first time a mixed league has had a live stream step ladder in the history of bowling. Not that it makes a lot of difference, but for us to say it could be, it could be. A live stream step ladder for a mixed handicap league. Unheard of, but very well received by all the bowlers that are going to be watching. And rooting. Friends, of course, family, watching their people they work with and bowl with and have known. It'll be a lot of fun. Some interviews, of course. I don't see the baby here tonight. Where is the baby? Let me look for a minute. Oh, there's the baby. The baby's down there. Joe, you want to see the baby? Joe, watch this. The baby's reading the Wall Street Journal, if you'll notice. The baby's getting ready to make a buy of some stocks. Look, the baby's on a computer down there. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. That baby's got a computer. When I was her age, it was Crayola crayons. Now it's computers. What a world we live in. Billy, let me find out about next week's format. Billy. Billy. Is next week Baker?
Same thing as Wednesday.
Next week, Tuesday night, is Baker Handicap. Okay, everybody? Baker Handicap next week for this league. That ought to be interesting. Baker Handicap. All right, for you history buffs, I've said this before. Who's the Baker Handicap named, or Baker system named after? Who knows it? Cooper Gates. Pressure's on you, Cooper. You have exactly 10 seconds. Brian Sullivan, you're funny, Brian. That's funny. No, not Tom Baker. But naturally, you know I'm going to say this. Naturally, no, not Mark Baker. The Baker system was named after a gentleman by the name of Frank K. Baker, who was the executive director of the American Bowling Congress in the 60s and 70s. And when I won my Team Eagle with Ernie Schlegel, Johnny Petraglia, Mike McGrath, and Butch Gerhardt in 1970 in Knoxville, out on the lanes that night, Mr. Baker presented us with the trophy. And in '69, when I won the All Events, I got a telegram from him that I have somewhere, congratulating me on being the All Events winner of 1969. I knew Frank Baker. I shook his hand. Naturally, he's a member of the American Bowling Congress Hall of Fame. And they named the Baker system after this gentleman. A little history lesson on the late Earl Anthony's 83rd birthday this evening. Earl Anthony knew Frank Baker. And I believe when Earl won the Masters in '78, I believe Frank Baker might have still been the director, might have been Darrell Dobbs. Might have been Roger Dalkin that came in, one of those two, or Mr. Baker. Long time ago. No, I don't think he invented it, Cooper. I think that somebody came up with it. That's a very good question. I don't believe he invented it. I think it was named after him. I could be wrong, but I don't think he invented it. I think it came along much later, after he was no longer alive or executive director of the USBC. I believe it was a tribute to him and named in his honor. It's like the Harry Golden Award, the Chris Schenkel Award, things like that. You know, as I'm sitting here tonight, I'm going over my last couple of years here of naturally pretty close to 200 live streams. And it's somewhat sentimental. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be back, but I don't know that until I get here. So it's sort of bittersweet, but I was trying to think of all the things that I saw that were what I would call memorable, and I think what I saw on Saturday might be the most unique statistic that I might ever see in my life. I've been thinking about it. In an 8-game block, the man starts with 100 in game 1, and in game 8 he shoots 300. Now you got to understand what that is. And if you think about it, I think you all know the answer. How could that possibly happen? Started with 100, ended with 300. And that's one I'll never forget. And then when I had him in the booth and I saw, you know, the type of gentleman he was, and his mother immediately sent me a friend request and posted the interview I had with him. His family was thrilled, and I was thrilled for them that a horrible day as a bowler ended up wonderful. And I guess that's what this sport really is, if you think about it. Oh, Pizzagate was memorable. I'm not over that, incidentally, Leon, just for the record. I'm not happy about what I did. But I'm also not happy about how it happened. I guess as time goes on, the wound will settle a little. But that was a very unfortunate day for me. I did not want to ever have that happen to me, but it did. But I must say, in 2 years, it was the only time. It was the only really bad post that somebody made. I was figuring out about 75,000 posts since I started doing this. 75,000 comments were made. That was the only real bad one that day. And unfortunate. I guess the planets were lined up just right for that one. Well, it wasn't my fault, but you know what, Cooper? I've learned over the years that when you fire back, nobody wins a contest like that. Problem is, there's so much negativity in the air today, and there has been for a number of years, that I think it's become easier to yell and easier to argue than it used to be. I've tried to be non-confrontive, knowing that I am at times very fiery, and I did not want to put myself in that position. And when I got done that day, I was very unhappy with myself. And I do feel it, you know, it takes two to tango, you know, obviously. But I did get a lot of support, believe me. Yes, emotions take over, my quirk, and you do have to move on. You have to learn how to. I've always been very emotional. I've tried in this position to be a host and a Hall of Famer, which means more to me than anything. And other than that, 2 or 3 minutes of losing it, I feel my 2 years was pretty good. Not 100% though, because that one lowered it a little. But definitely, in my mind, acceptable. If I was doing that every week, I mean, how long would I last? there'd be a lynch mob waiting for me outside. You don't do that publicly in a bowling center when you're hired to live stream. You do it because you're a Hall of Famer and a professional, and that's the way I want to be remembered, not by yelling at somebody who upset me. But it happens. Mark, you giving me a 99.3? Well, I'll take 99.3. I'd rather have a 99.9999999, but 99.3 I'll take. Oh, there it is. Leon, you got it. I said it and you posted it. That's funny. How about that? Now, Will Butler's on the Miami Heat team. They will be in the roll-offs next week. Remember, that's the team now that put 9,000 miles on to bowl this league. Will and Jay Butler, Jamal Battle, and Frank Wilson, they are in the roll-off. And remember, they got more mileage coming to this bowling center than any 5 teams combined. 9,000 miles. That's right. You heard it right. 250 round trip a week for 36 weeks. 72 and 18, about 9,000 miles. Of course, they won some Audis in there. Yes, you did post it. Leon, that's crazy. We're both thinking the same thing. Now watch Will. Oh, look at Will. Will wants one more Audi for the ride back to Miami. He's not fooling around. Look at that.
Hey.
Oh, yes, John. Yes. John, nice bowling, son. Nice bowl. Come here, man. I want to sit with me a minute. I got my dear friend John coming in, folks. The living legend. I want to talk to him about Saturday.
About Saturday.
All right, so you're bowling the great Janowitz.
Yeah.
And you stuff a 9-pin.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
And you miss it, and I went into shock. When was the last time? I don't ever see you miss a 1-pin. Spirit, we all went, what happened? It was like, what, just a loss of focus for a moment?
I did. As soon as I let the ball go, and because they were starting to burn up. Because as you saw, if you got anything right, it was going right.
Oh, it was going right. They were so tough.
I went up there and I wasn't focused enough.
You threw it great. I mean, you had that much.
Yes.
You had a half inch and 60 feet.
That was
everything had to be perfect. But you bowled great
tough
to get there. You grounded out.
Yeah, going into the last game, I was in 6th.
Oh yeah. Well, you were not in the
6th.
Finals. You were in 6th.
Right behind Martin. I saw what he was doing, and
so
I start out somewhere down the low end.
Yeah.
And I start off split, open.
Yeah.
I go, wow. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do here. And because they were burnt. They were burnt at the 8th game.
That was one of the toughest conditions that I have seen in this facility since I've live streamed.
No, I would agree with that. It's actually one of the tougher conditions that I've bowled on.
Yeah. But you got to the final match.
But what happened was I put all my stuff I had surfaced, I put it all away, and I pulled out the Web MB.
Yeah.
And I just played a fallback right around 4th arrow.
Yeah.
And I ended up starting in the 7th frame, I believe. I started striking, and I struck out for 212. And I looked over at what Martin did. I was like, wow.
And you got in.
So
Marty had a bad last game. He opened a 9-10 to go out.
Yep.
Poor Marty. I mean, it was so tough. It was so easy to open 2 frames in a row. I mean, it was easy.
Definitely easy.
I mean, you could thread the needle and get 2 splits.
Yeah.
So you made 1,100 for second plus everything else.
Yeah.
$1,500 a day, maybe.
Yeah, and then I won it Friday.
And you won Friday.
So
you had a $2,000 weekend.
Almost.
Can you lend me $2,000 before I go on vacation? I'll pay you when I come back.
My interest rates are very high, though.
I know, but I might not come back, so your interest means
back.
nothing. Anyways, it was fun for all of us to watch you bowl Janowitz. Now, you guys are now 1-1. He beat you, or you beat him. Did you beat him in the dual pattern or another one?
No,
it was a 5-gamer.
Yeah, it was just a 5-gamer back then.
So you're 1-1 with him in title matches.
In here, yeah.
Now, what is it like bowling him? Do you think about him when you bowl him?
I really don't. I don't care who I'm bowling because I'm not bowling that person.
You're bowling the pins.
I'm bowling against him.
I agree. I've always taught Michael that.
I don't care. It could have been Pete Weber out there.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. Well, next year we'll find out. You'll be bowling him.
That's true.
We can't wait. We can't wait. I can't wait for you to bowl the senior tour. I know you're going to bowl well.
I'll give it a shot.
See what Duke averaged in the Villages? 264 yesterday.
Yeah.
What about today? You heard anything yet?
No, I did look, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I saw Chris Keene was up there.
Yeah. Who was?
Chris Keene.
Chris Keene bowled well?
He was in third, I believe.
Wow.
So he's doing pretty good. Huff's trying to get up there.
Yeah.
I think he's around plus 150 after today. So.
Well, I tell you one thing. It's fun watching you because your shots are just flawless. And, you're a great player and have been many years. So you always put on a good show. You're always composed. I think that's the first time I saw you lose your composure a little bit. You don't do that. It was shocking. When I could read you, I said, oh, boy, I think inside he's a little steaming a little bit because it was so tough to hit the pocket and you jam a 9. It's like, what do you got to do to strike? It's one of them deals where...
Yeah, especially on that pattern. If I hit
God.
the pocket, you need to get all the strikes you can because you're not going to string a lot of them together.
Oh, no.
But it happens.
Yeah.
I'm allowed.
You're allowed. You're human. I'll tell you, you had a great year here at bowling. It's been fun for you. I want to congratulate you on a great year. And
we just need to finish it out tomorrow night.
Yeah. Now you're going to be the leaders in the league. You locked that up.
Yeah.
So you'll be bowling one game for the title a week from tomorrow night.
Yep.
It's Baker, and naturally you're going to be
matches.
And you'll be throwing the most shots of anybody on the team. How many shots will you bowl in the Baker?
Well, probably 3.
You'll bowl 3 shots in the Baker.
Because we need to have 2 of us bowl 3, and the other 2 will bowl 2.
Got it. So you're going to bowl
games.
1 game.
We got to bowl 2 games.
Oh, it's a 2-game for.
Well, you got to win 2 games, so it's really best 2 of 3.
You got to win 2 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
But worst case scenario, we finish second, which it'd be nice to win it. It's a nice league.
I picked you guys from week 1.
Yes, you did.
I
do remember that.
And I kind of felt it was just such balance on the team and a great chemistry. Those are very good friends of yours, and they idolize you. And it was the perfect match. Not that there was anything wrong with Donnie Sr., but you replace a man that averaged 180 with a man that can average 240.
Right.
And obviously your credibility speaks for itself. So that was a pump up to them. You got them loose?
Yeah.
That's all about team play. You want to have a horse in your anchor position.
And we finally we got a state record, so.
That was a state record. The 11,
I was told.
11:29?
11:27.
11:27 for 4, state record.
State record.
Wow.
I was told by our association.
That's state record.
State record, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So you got a state record, led the league. Now you got 1 game for the money.
Yeah.
And when you're done, Larry will be right over. I'll take it in C notes. I'll see you in August. Don't worry about a thing. I promise I'll be back.
Absolutely.
All right. Good to have you.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
All right. That's a classy man right there, folks. That's the legend, the great John Rikoski. And next year he turns 50. He's won the True Amateur Challenge Championship twice in Las Vegas. This man can win anywhere that he bowls, so. All right, we're looking for scores here in game 2. Possible 300s, 800s. Steve Manuel likes Johnny Rikoski. Oh, my quirk, is that dedication or what? I've become good friends with Jay and Will, and let me tell you what, They're wonderful people. Their children are wonderful. They bring their children with them when they bowl. And their children have made a lot of friends in here. I've often wondered what it would be like to drive 125 miles each way to bowl 3 games for 36 weeks. And I've not seen this in my life. Most of you know I speak of a lot of things I have seen. That's one thing this season that will stick out, that a 4-bowler team drove 9,000 miles to bowl 36 weeks. That alone could be a record. So it just goes to show you, when somebody loves something, what they'll do to pursue it. They love to bowl. They saw this league, they saw what they could win, and they said, you know what, we're doing it. Of course, I drove 1,000 miles a week to run my business, but I had a guaranteed check. A little different. And we were drilling 400 balls a week. There was a big guaranteed check. Those are the good old days. The $1,000 meals. Now it's the Chinese buffet. Yes, things have changed. Yeah, the young boys shooting 100, 300. The Butler's driving 9,000 miles to bowl 36 weeks. Those are 2 scenarios that stick out in my 2 years of doing this. I think Ryan Tamburino's 875, his first 3 games in this center ever. Bowling out of Sandusky, Ohio, comes in to see Evan Baranicki, subs in league, shoots 875 and leaves. He's been in the house for 3 games. No one saw him before or after that night. Walks in, 875, leaves, goodbye. That sticks out as one of the unique things that happened in this season. 290, 285, 300. Oh, 875 is the house record and the second highest ever in this association. Yes, he did come back to bowl that weekend in the 5-game scratch, that's correct, but did not come back to bowl league. You're absolutely right about that. I forgot about that, Cooper. Great stat there. He did come back to bowl the scratch event, but never the league again. You learned that from Rukoski. And Brad Stewart now has something going on here. Keep in mind, he's got a 306 in game 1. Or a 307. I think. We'll find out in a minute. Now look at this second game here. Keep in mind, 800 gets your car, right? So let's see what he gets here. So he'll be 553 going in. So he's got a shot at 800 going into the last game. Interesting. It is 553 going in. Does have a shot. Yeah, that was a great match there with B-Rob. And Ronnie Martin III is the only bowler to make the finals in every scratch event this year. Bowling for the title against Don Barrett. Ronnie Martin is very respected, a wonderful young competitor. And of course, watching Walter Ray win here and break John Handegard's record was so exciting. I didn't live stream that, but to watch that, that was historic. Taking the lead in wins on both national tours. The only bowler in history to ever do that. None of the bowlers on the regular tour ever led the senior tour in titles. Very interesting stat. He's got both. And it's going to be a long time before somebody breaks that record, because I'll tell you right now, they got to get to 48 on the national tour, and there ain't no one close. And then on the senior tour, there's been several that had over 10. I think Sutar, Dickinson, maybe Petraglia, but Tommy Baker's got several, but Walter Ray is just unbelievable. And yes, for the locals, Ron Johnson at 83. That was wonderful. He stopped in the booth last week. He's still nervous. You know, he's got the shakes a little bit when he talks. But he is just the most wonderful man to talk to. And we got some big scores going here now, folks. We got Scott Cooper there, and looky here, now watch this. We got Chrissy Stewart here, who was yet to win a car this year. And the only way she can do it is get the first 11. And last week she had the first 10 for $298. And she's still knocking at the door. She's got to get 11 in a row or 800. And Rick Wilbur's on. Cooper, you don't miss too much, Cooper. You're great with stats. We've got a great memory, great fan, very loyal fan. And Scott Cooper now with 8 in a row. And now we're going to watch the Southwest Florida legend, And here she goes, the 1994 PWBA Rookie of the Year, Ricky Ward in 91. Both of them came out of the junior programs here. Very rare that two kids 3 years apart could make it to Rookie of the Year on both tours from the same association. Very rare feat. Ladies tour, men's tour. And she still got it. She's a 50-year-old grandma, and she throws it great. There it is. That's all she leaves. I mean, it's been that way all year. She does not have a lot of ball, spins it. You know, it really gets around it. And a lot of times when it breaks late, that 6 just Velcros to the flat gutter. But accuracy, shot making, shot for shot, hitting targets, let me tell you what, the lady can hit a target. Accuracy's not the problem. But just doesn't have quite the rev rate. And a lot of times it comes off the oil and it labors. See, it spins pretty good. She's a great player, great ambassador for the sport here in Southwest Florida. Owns 3 bingo halls. Oh, I threw a gutter ball in my first ball, my inaugural ball. That was one of the firsts in my life. Number one, I've never been asked to throw a first ball out. So I finally, after 72 years, get a chance, and I dump it in the canal at 40 feet. That was exciting. I watched that a couple times on my Facebook page. That was just great. Street shoes in the gutter at 40 feet. I always needed dry lanes. All right, let's look for some other high scores before we watch Scott Cooper. Nothing there. How about here? Ooh, a 309, look. Alla, that's the second time for her. She had one a couple of weeks ago. How about that? That's the third one of the night. A 309. That's worth some wheels. How about here? Anything? No. How about here? No, too late. So we know we have 3. Oh, Leon, that ball went right in at 40. And there was nothing stopping it. Even if the bumpers were up, it still would have went in. I mean, it was going left, baby. Will Butler, 302. Will Butler with another one. Look at that. He strikes out for a car. That's 4 tonight. Will and Jay just whacked him this year with Audis. They got to be loving it. Imagine them driving back to Miami on that trip every other week in a brand new Audi. All their neighbors got to be thinking, what the hell's going on here? Where's this guy getting all this money to be driving new Audis, right? He drives to Fort Myers in his family car, and he comes back with an Audi. And all the neighbors got to be looking, saying, what the heck is going on? How do you win an Audi for being a bowler? I mean, it's funny. All right, we're going to watch Scott Cooper. Works for the United States Postal Service at the Page Field branch here at Fort Myers. That's the main branch. Oh, no. Well, the price of postage just went up, ladies and gentlemen. From now on, when you go to the counter and you tell Scott you want stamps, you pay an extra $1 a stamp because he just left a 7-pin. Got to pay the mailman. Hey, give me 5, 302. I just called it.
I'm donating the Audi to you.
You're donating it to me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah. We still got 3. We haven't even used it.
You sure?
Positive.
I'll use it. I'll use it.
I'm donating to you.
You got a deal. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? Will Butler just donated it to me. It's my 3rd Audi. Laurel Spinner, Daniel Gacera, and Will Butler have donated Audis to me. So naturally, I'm leaving in 10 days. Where am I going to go? And I have to figure out how to use it. But I do know Dave Forbes. He'll work something out with me. Will Butler giving me the Audi. That's crazy. I should be rooting for him more often. That's crazy. I love it. Mike Works says yes. 6 days of usage is yes. Rick Wilbur says that's awesome. I wonder, I know what I'm going to do with the Audi. I'm going to bring it over to the hitch shop, stick a hitch on the front of it, and tow it behind my bus to New England and bring it back at the end of August. What do you think? I think it's going to be a stolen car and it's going to be ruined, but it did cross my mind. Gary Fox on. Gary Fox and I know each other a long time. Wow. Got some years there, Gary. Six days of free Audi use. Watch Hollywood. She strikes here. She's 294. Watch this ball. Oops, she missed that one. Is that going to hook? Oh, my God. Look at Hollywood. Throwing it pretty good tonight. This lady's a good bowler, and it's the best I've ever seen her throw a ball, and she's hooking it. I've not seen her do this. That's a new ball. And watch this. Oop, got that in. A little room on that pair. That's all right. I think she bowled a 293 there. Let's see. Hollywood Hills, let's see. There it is, 293 going into game 3. She's got a shot. No, Leon. Although I was born in the Bronx, I'm sure if I take the Audi to the Bronx, it'll stay in the Bronx. And I'm not so sure that would go over good with management here. know the old saying, what you do in Vegas stays in Vegas. If you drive a car to the Bronx, it stays in the Bronx. Yes, no doubt about it. It stays in the Bronx and it gets shipped to the Middle East in 400 parts. On March 8th, 1992, my Peterbilt tractor was stolen from the PBA stop at Cavalier Lanes in North Brunswick, New Jersey. My driver, Kenny Pomerleau, got a room on Route 1 about 2 miles from the bowl. Parked it in front of his room that night, drove it back to the hotel, parked it, and come out the next morning, it was gone. And opened the curtains up and it was missing. They pushed it out of the lot, started it, and stole the Peterbilt. And I got it back a week later. It was found. True story. That was a lot of fun. That was one of the highlights of my wonderful Hall of Fame career. Trying to deal with the FBI to get my tractor back. Hey, kid you not. The FBI got it back and was holding it as evidence. And we talked him into letting me have it back. Unbelievable. I had to fill out 64 pages and sign my name 64 times to get it back. I was signing for an hour and a half. Never forget it. It's funny, I got my Peterbilt back, but I never got my hair back. And I lost a lot of hair in hotel rooms, but the Peterbilt came back. Again, David Forbes, if you're watching tonight, on behalf of our owner, Robert Eddy, our staff, our leagues, our viewers, thank you so much for one of the most generous sponsorships in the history of the sport of bowling. I would say the number's probably going to be around 240 for the year. 240 2-day free usages with a tank of gas. Unbelievable. Just a great number coming from a great company and a great fan of bowling. No, they took the tractor. The trailer was plugged into the bowling center, the pro shop. And Kenny woke up the next morning and the tractor was not in the motel parking lot. It was gone. I couldn't believe it. March 8th, 1992. This coming March will be 30 years. Yeah, 48,000. Lee, I'll tell you what, it don't get any better than that. I didn't dream that we would see that number. I don't think anybody did. It's just been a wonderful 2 years. There's so many highlights. I think having Verity Crowley here and was one of the highlights watching Verity bowl. That was thrilling to watch that young lady bowl before the COVID stoppage. She's fantastic. And of course, having Don Barrett here and Rhino Page, 2 U.S. Open winners. Jacob Buttriff, a Masters winner. And naturally, having Walter Ray and Pete Weber here with Amleto, Ron Moore, and Mika. What an unbelievable year. The world of bowling can do some wonderful things. I hope I come back too, Gilbert. We'll wait and see. I'm not 100% till I get here, but we'll see. I think after a good rest, I'll probably feel a little more comfortable about working again, but I got a little crispy around the edges here doing this. Feel like I'm missing things in my 70s. Number one, I miss my son and my grandchildren, I can tell you that. It's been, 18 months. I told Michael, I said, I'm never going to let that happen again. My son Michael and I are very close, and I love him so much. And it's broke my heart that I can't see him. But I will in 2 weeks. I said enough's enough. I got to get out of here. And with a granddaughter graduating, naturally, his daughter, I get a chance to go to her graduation. From what I understand, only 2 people can go per family. So Michael's going to go with her brother, Michael. But after the actual graduation, we're all going to meet at a restaurant. And I'll be waiting there, I guess. About the only thing we can do. They still have certain rules and regulations back in New England. And that's understandable. I know that, Mark. I'm very comfortable here. I have become uncomfortable because of being cooped up. I think a lot of Americans have. I've never been restricted in my life. And all of a sudden, I've been restricted basically for 2 years. Of course, COVID didn't help. But it's bothered me. I've become very uncomfortable feeling like I can't go anywhere. And I said, well, I am now. I'm doing it. You know, I don't know how much longer I'm going to live, so my philosophy is very simple. Do the things you want. You know, it's not about money and jobs. It's more about your life. But this has been a great place to work. The people are wonderful. I don't have any complaints about anybody here. Well, Cooper, I like the way you bet. Might be a fixed bet. You want to lay some odds, Coop? We'll lay some odds like 20-1. He doesn't show. Maybe I'll come a week late. Now, Will Butler has a shot again. Be something if he said they haven't used 3 that they won, and he gave me one. It's amazing. Imagine somebody saying, "Yeah, I'll give you a car for 2 days." They don't even own it. That's the fun. That's crazy. They don't own it. Yeah, I'll give you an Audi. Art McKee, Mark Maduno, I don't know. I ran into him, I'm going to say, I think in 2017 at Bowl Expo at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. I think is the last time I saw McKee. We talked a little, but I don't know. Good question. He's out there somewhere. He put a post up today about Earl Anthony's 83rd birthday, which was real nice to read that. Art paying his respects. And Jacques Khan, that one's a mystery too, Cooper. I guess he's been very disappointed with his bowling, and you know, sometimes when the game ain't fun, you know, you just don't want to do it. I understand that. Let's watch Ray Sansevoir. Looks like he's starting to bowl good again. Formerly out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, bowled at Walnut Hill Lanes. In Woonsocket, that's a good shot. He's getting strong again. You can see it. He's throwing the ball good. Looks like he put some weight on. He had a little bout with COVID there. His hands shrunk. Told me his muscles hurt. But he came back strong. Nice to see. Well, we're looking for big strings. I don't see many. Ray Stevens on a little string. Now, Ray just finished sponsoring 7 9-pin no taps. And on behalf of all of our staff here, Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, thank you, Ray Stevens. Thank you so much for what you've done for the sport of bowling here in Southwest Florida. 7 tournaments, put up $3,500 of sponsorship money. Wants to take the summer off and regroup. I don't blame him. You know, there comes a time where you're popping $500 a month out. That could get a little old. But I got to tell you, what a generous gesture. You know, it's sorry to see people go, you know, when they do that. You certainly can't blame them. I mean, at $500 a month, you can sponsor 7 events. You know, he didn't have to sponsor 1 event. And as far as I'm concerned, a job well done. Ray Stevens, tripping a 4. He's got a shot at it. Love to get an Audi one more night. The last night, about 4 or 5 already, so. No, this is it, Mark. I'm not live streaming any more weekends this coming weekend or next weekend. See, this weekend's the Florida Women's State. I don't want to do one weekend and not the rest. And I've got a lot of things that I'm working on right now, being that it's my last full weekend here. I've got bus issues that have to be fixed, hopefully, by this weekend. And then I plan on being on the road next Sunday, May 9th, to get over to Lake Wales. I want to spend Monday at Kegel. And then Monday afternoon, I'll be heading east. Leave around noon Monday to get through Orlando from Lake Wales and to get on the north side of Jacksonville and then get an idea where I'm going from there. Several ways to get back. All right, I'm going to find out the scores of game 2, so bear with me. I'll be right back. Okay, we got a dogfight. Check this out, folks. Now watch this. This is going to be exciting. Southwest Support and Atomic Barbecue split. They both have 45. Living on the Spare won the first 2. They have 46. Wow. Check it out. Teams 1 and 2 at 45 points. Team 3 at 46 points with 1 game to go. So whatever team wins in those 3 now will get to the roll-off. Exciting, most definitely. We'll keep you informed on that. That is something else right there. A lot of money at stake if you get to that roll-off. All that added money's in there. Watch Ray Stevens, but check this pair out on 15 and 16, folks. Those are pheasant tracks right there. We'll go back now to watch Ray Stevens coming up here after Gary Seitz. Ray Stevens on the first 8. He's had 2 300s in this league. What happens if there is a tie? There is a roll-off, Mark Madugno. And the team has to be here. If there is a tie, they have to be here. There could very well be a tie. Unless Atomic Barbecue sweeps, they're in. It's simple. They win the third game, they're in. They win total. It's 2 points a game for each game, 1 point total. Atomic Barbecue wins the third game, they are in. No, not Atomic Barbecue. Oh, look at that. That's terrible. Not Atomic Barbecue. Living on a spare. They got a 1 point lead. They're at 46. They win a third game, they're in. They can control their own destiny by winning one game. It's that simple. It's over. So, we're going to be watching them. And I'm going to go down and look right now. They're in their 10th frame, so bear with me.
Why do you care?
very interesting. Living on a Spare is losing this game. So watch this. They're losing this game. They could win total. So they could get to 5 and go to 47. And Atomic Barbecue with Tyler Altman can get to 47. There could be a tie between Living on a Spare and Atomic Barbecue. I don't know. I have to check it out. But Tyler Altman has got the first 9 on lane 3 right now. He has a chance for his 10th 300 of the year. He's throwing it now on lane 3, and he struck. No, he got wrapped. He left a wrap. Let's see. Did he get a wrap? Yeah, he stoned an 8. He stoned an 8 or a 9. So it's going to be a 1-point match down there. And I'll give you the report shortly. But it's close. Very close. I'm going to go down there and find out right now what happened. Okay, we've got a winner. Atomic Barbecue won 5.5 by tying the last game, and they win the league this last segment. They ended up with 47.5 points to Living on a Spare, which had 47. Atomic Barbecue by a 0.5 point. That's unofficial, but it looks to me like that's the way it ended up. A 0.5 point difference. So they will be our number 4 seed next week. They should be bowling the first match. Wow. Looks like a 0.5 point difference. 0.5 point. Unbelievable. And we're looking for big scores now. Oh, look at this. There's a locked car right there. Check this out. Let's stay right here and watch. There's 39 pins with an 8-bagger. They need a mark for a car. So it looks like about 7 or 8 again tonight. That seemed to have been the average all year. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a car. Check that out. I love it. That's a big score too. He can go out for 90 and 39, a 329. That's a big number right there. So I don't know. Oh, and there's a 304 above him. Look at that. So we have a lot of wins tonight. 304, and right behind it a 324. Oh my God, check out those numbers. There it is, 315, 304, 2 winners that game. Nice way to end the season, huh?
Our fourth quarter winner tonight is Atomic Barbecue. By
half a point. And that's the lowest amount of points to win a segment. Every team that won a segment was over 50. They were 47 and a half. Very competitive. Well, thank you, Joe. I've had so many great nights. I can't add them up. I mean, it's crazy. What a life. But that night, obviously, for me, will be one of the greatest nights of my life. My mother and father were there, and within a couple of years, my father was gone, and my mother lived about another 11 years. And it's just part of what the PBA has done for me. You know, I posted, the PBA gave me a life. And when I start writing my books, I plan on, it'll be kind of hard to break everything down. I got so many stories and so many things that happen. But we'll see. I've got a great writer. Yeah, mother and father were there. They had both remarried, and it was one of those situations where it was never comfortable with either one of them. You know, it was one of those marriages that failed, and I was a kid, and you know, we existed, we tried. Here's my friend Laurel. What are you doing, Laurel?
Just coming to see it, say hi.
What's going on?
Are you leaving this Thursday?
No. No.
Okay.
I'm trying not to leave until Sunday the night, but I got a motorhome. I found a problem.
Yeah, you told me about the generator.
I'll know Thursday.
Okay.
The guy seems to think I bought the right part and we can put it in. But boy, if that generator ain't working, I got problems. And what are you doing?
Still bowling. I feel like I'm bowling better, but still bowling like shit.
Yeah.
Did I look any better to you?
No.
Really? I feel like I'm more solid in the line.
Something missing. I wish I spent some time with you bowling. I could straighten you out. I gotta get you. It's just in the motion.
It's when I start the ball. If I started sooner, I'm better. I was holding it too long. I've already figured that out.
Yeah.
But anyway. Hopefully I'll get better. Well, anyway, I'll see you.
I'll talk to you. I'll call you.
You're going to be gone Thursday to try to fix that, right?
No, I'm staying here. I bought the part today.
Oh, okay.
I get it tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it in.
Okay.
He's saying it should be the problem. I bought it. I'm like this, please.
Yeah, okay.
Laurel's my dear friend, Joe. I'm very lucky that I have a friend like Laurel. Very hard-working lady. Impossible to build a house. She's canceled it for a while. The prices went up on building materials beyond comprehension. Trusses for her house were originally $12,000. They went up to $30,000. $30,000 for trusses for a roof. Well, David Forbes, it's all, to me, you made it easy. This was, for all of us, this league, our viewers, our owner, and all the bowlers, something that I don't think anyone will ever forget when it sinks in, about what really happened here. And the generosity of your company and yourself, the PBA event, the Petraglia donation for his BVL, the Audi Pro-Am, this league. I don't think it's describable for one sponsor that has done this much for bowling in my life. I've seen it on the national tour naturally, but that was televised and that was pro. At the amateur level, I've never seen anything quite like this. So, David, thank you so much. It's just been very unique. Sometimes I really wonder about how I'm actually watching this, a night like tonight where 7 or 8 cars get won again and people are thrilled, and the car itself, which is such a magnificent work of art. What a brand the Audi is. Talk about craftsmanship. And Will Butler wins the car, David, and gives it to me. So I got 3 usages, and I've only got 10 days left before I leave. But I think I'm going to be back in the fall, so we'll figure it out. But imagine that. I think I still want to get one Friday and go up to Brooksville. I was going to go Thursday. Now I can't. I got to put a bus part in on Thursday. So it might be Friday or Saturday. I'll call you tomorrow, David. Just too bad there wasn't an A8 floating around that nobody needed. What a car. I actually felt rich when I was driving the A8. What a car. I don't know what Will got, but Will got a lot tonight. Let's see if I can find Will. I think Will's done. Yeah, Will's done. Oh, look at this right here. Oh, look, with 40 pins of handicap, there's another one. Check this out. We got to stay right here and watch this. Again, it's just been a wonderful 2 years for me. I can tell all of you that. Oh, that's Bobby Taylor. Now that would be nice. Bobby Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, has become the director of the Southwest Florida Bowling Association with the passing earlier this year of Bob Peters. who ran the association for 45 years. And Bobby Taylor more than qualified to step into Bob Peters' position. I don't think anybody could replace Bob Peters. I think Bobby Taylor would say that. But he is the man now in charge and very well deserving. And he now has the first 8 in a row. So we'll watch him with 60 pins, 40 pins handicap. He's got a lock. He needs a mark. And he's a nice man. I'd love to see him do it. Been struggling the last couple of years with his bowling. This guy's been a good bowler in his life. Has some years in the 220s. Yo, Hoss.
Going to the bar.
All right, Hoss. Likes to play him from in. You can see that right leg with the brace. That's what's been giving him a problem. He needs to get this down the lane. Don't cut it short. Keep the ball speed up. Get through it. Don't baby it. That's a good shot there. Look at this. Come on. Oh, boy. All right. You got to make it. That was really good. I thought he got through it very well. He's got to make it now. Doesn't want to miss. Then he needs a double in the 10th. Pretty good shot there. I thought for sure it'd come off that oil. Left side really comes hard off the oil here. Oh boy. Yeah, not good there. So now he needs a double. Got the Larry kiss on that, didn't he, folks? One thing's for certain, whether I'm leaving or not, they still get the kiss. Take my word for it. What was that right there? Did you notice some sign language, folks? Anyways, good crowd here tonight. People hanging out a little. It looks like nobody wants to go home like the old days. Sean, what do you mean posting on Facebook? I always put out shares every night that I live stream. You know, that Larry Lichstein, and then I share it to about 43 groups. So I don't know what you mean. Am I still posting on Facebook? Got to clarify that a little, and I can answer that question for you. As far as the league posting on Facebook, that's a lightning strikes duty. And I don't know, we've had some transition here. So it's, I don't know exactly what's going on with the Lightning Strikes Facebook page. I wish I did, but we've had an issue, and I'm sort of out of the loop on that one. No way. So you would do each one card?
Yeah, I won 2 and she won 1.
You won 2 and she won 1.
Yeah.
I got to call her.
Okay. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Later on down the line.
Yeah.
Another one. I got 1 too.
That's fine. That's fine.
We got too many of them.
Will Butler won 2 tonight, and Jay won 1, so they won 3 usages tonight. Yeah, the reason, John, it's not lightning strikes anymore on Facebook. I don't know the answer for you, John Mobile. I can't tell you the exact answer other than the fact that we had some issues, and I don't know the answer to of how and why. I would figure something would be out there from us. It's something I don't handle here. And I go, hey, Lee Ratchin with a big finish. So Will Butler and Jay Butler, husband and wife, now I know why they drove 9,000 miles. They got 3 cars tonight. Look at Tracy with a 291. Look at Lee with a 283. Donnie Schwartz can go 295. Look at those 3 names. 291, 283, 295. That's crazy. Well, that is a big score. Look at that. 91, 83, 95. Whoa. There it is. Look at those last 3. That's crazy. 9, 26, 31, 869 the last 3 with handicap. That is a monster. But no cars. Most usages in the league, I think, are Daniel Gassera. Could be Will and Jay Butler if you team them up. I don't think anybody got 10. But I know a lot of people, 8 or 9. I think Gassera was 9. Altman might have been 9. Just an amazing number when you think about, go try and rent one for a week. Call up the airport. Call up one of the rent-a-car companies. Tell me you want one of those A's and, an A6 or a Q6. See what they tell you for a week. Scary. But they've made a lot of friends, and 36 weeks of live streaming. And a lot of happy winners. Beth, can I give you my card? And it looks like we're just about done now. And again, another great week. another great week, another great evening. Again, I'll be on the air tomorrow night at 6:30. And next week we now have 4 teams lined up. Cookie Dough, Atomic Barbecue, Miami Heat, and what was the name of Dugno's team? Thunderstruck, I believe. But they will be bowling for the big money next week. Thank you. Did you give me my discount?
Yes.
It's 6. Why is it that with a discount?
It adds a tip on there. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
It automatically puts that stupid tip on there. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, nice. Here, I'll put a tip in there.
I don't.
That's good. There you go. What do I do? What do I do? Is that good the way it is?
Yep, it's good.
Okay.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. Okay. EBA Pro Shop, that's who it was, correct? Oh, Joe, we're all with you, brother. Believe me, I think about you, Joe, even though we don't talk a lot. I think about you and wonder. That'd be very tough for you, but you're a survivor. You'll be out of there soon. Be back in your beautiful home. And the spring's in North Carolina, and you'll be feeling better soon. 2:30, Leon. That's late. I wake up at 2:30 at night sometimes. Anyways, I'm just checking it out here. It's thinning out pretty quick. Again, we'll be on the air 6:30 tomorrow. And what else can I tell you? I guess that's about it. Again, we have our 4 teams set. As you can see, the house thinning out. Week 36 now is history. A lot of cars tonight. I'd say about 10. The Butler's getting 3 alone. Brad Stewart's 4, and Alna's 5. I think about 10 cars tonight. So a great way to end the league. We're going to close it down. I will see you tomorrow night at 6:30 for the Oaks Farms Premier League position round night. Keep in mind, RG Strikeline is the leader. 12 teams make the cut. They are number 1. They cannot lose. They can go 0 for 24 and still make the cut. So we'll see you tomorrow night at 6:30. Again, we want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. And as usual, I want to wish all of you a lot of good luck and good bowling. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow night at 6:30. Have a good evening.